The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock.
I'm Connor Shenold. I play Jaska, the Coyote Shifter Ranger.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Billy, a bosom fighter!
I'm Kim Cross, and I play Beatrix, a Tabaxi rogue.
I'm Jody Payne, and I play Twitch Grimfoot, a rat folk necromancer.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Xionsi, a Spiderkin cleric. And today, I'm also your dungeon master. Welcome to Tales from the Ironwoods.
Or as we like to call it, Xionsi's Tale.
Oh, wow.
Having been ambushed by a young adult red dragon, taken captive and brought into the bowels of the Githyanki galleon, hope has sprung slightly in the hearts of our heroes as Blackjack has been able to dispel the controlling headbands of two of the goblins from the tribe that they had helped and made friends with in the Ironwoods. He has sent them off to go and look for other goblins and mates that he can free as well. Meanwhile, Fig, the goblin, has surreptitiously put the party in one large cell all together, where they have hidden their weapons and gear under a bunk.
And I have lifted Billy up to rest on a sconce so that we can start doing a short rest.
So the sconce has like a lantern hanging from it in here instead of an everflame or just a normal torch. And as you do that, Billy, you see the light inside there just go bonkers. It moves around in the way a flame shouldn't be able to move around. It's flashing, it's jittering.
I would like to look closely at the lantern.
Inside the light, there is a little figure.
Litten? Is that you? No! You're a princess! You should not be a lantern! Blackjack, I have bad news.
What's going on?
Litten is our lantern!
I'm sorry, what?
The lantern is not fire, it is little Litten. He is trapped. So Billy's tail is wrapped around where the lantern is connected to whatever it is that's holding it up, and he has been redoubled and he's climbed up his own tail and is wrapped around the lantern.
His face is right there,
right on the glass.
Well, if that is in fact Leighton, we might have a way to get out of here.
Oh, does the lantern detach from the wall?
It would.
Okay, Blackjack, I need you to reach up here and take me and the lantern down.
All right, I pick up the lantern and I bring the lantern down.
Is there a obvious way to open the lantern?
There is some type of latch and a little keyhole lined in silver.
Oh, wait.
Hey, Beatrix.
So Beatrix is going to grab her keys and start getting them out, and while Beatrix is digging through the keys. Now, just let me get this straight. I'm trying to find a key to let out of the lantern another friend of yours?
Okay, Leighton is a fairy. He is the Princess of Autumn, Dukes of the Harvest, and Knight of the Golden Hour. And he is very nice. And, I was gonna say, funnily enough, I was going to tell Jaska that they should use the Leighton whistle. And then I thought, oh, he can't hear us in space. But I guess he could.
There you have it. You are nothing if not a bundle of surprises. Do you think this one will work? And
It is very tiny. Let us try.
I have found the tiniest key.
And it doesn't work.
Try one of the ones from earlier.
One of the ones that we took
We
off
took
of.
off of the dead guys.
Okay, try this one.
Okay.
It's big, but as you, in Billy fashion, go to put it in an obviously way too small keyhole, it shrinks down.
Okay, here, you hold this. Let them cover your eyes. And he's gonna try to just smash it.
It opens.
No,
Like
it
the key
opened it.
shrinks down to fit the key lock.
It's a skeleton key.
Ah,
You'll keep that one handy. It's
yes,
helpful.
absolutely.
Litten, I'm so sorry. And he throws open the lantern.
And in classic, we've all seen fairies do this. It bounces around, it swirls, it goes around Billy's head several times, it runs over to Blackjack, it's up and down, it comes, it lingers in front of Jaska for a second, it starts to move and goes way around Twitch, goes over to Xionsi, flips around, and then just hovers in front of Beatrix for a moment, and then back over.
Litten, this is Beatrix.
Nice to meet you.
She is new.
And you're little high-pitched.
I know. We are meeting all kinds of new people. I have bad news. You are trapped on ship. So, I'm sorry. But maybe we can get out. Do you think that you can fly around without being so sparkly? I'm not seeing a decrease in sparkle. So, you are not going to be sent on a reconnaissance mission if you cannot be sneaky.
And everything just fades slightly.
Excellent.
Sadness.
I'm sorry you're sad, but we need you to not be so sparkles.
I hate to interrupt this warm welcoming. Hello, Leighton. But if you have a key that happens to fit a random appliance on a random ship in the unknown cosmos of everything,
But we would
why
be
don't
obvious.
you unlock the cell?
That's right.
We
After
would
we've
be
taken our
obvious.
short rest, I would say let's do that. Once we've taken our rest, Beatrix, can you open up this cell for us?
Well, I mean, that's what I told you I was looking for keys in the first place for, so yes.
Yes, good.
Where did all y'all go when you had the map earlier?
Oh, speaking of keys, we have a present for you, Mr. Twitch. Jessica, show him your present.
Well, Beatrix was the one who had the gift for Twitch, so she's the one who needs. Beatrix, will you be a darling and get that box out of your gift?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So Beatrix digs around down in
Underneath the bunk
just
where you
kinda-
guys are hiding
and,
stuff.
And Beatrix understands what's happening here, so she kind of gets over in the way,
don't-
draw the attention, and so Beatrix holds out this box and.
Oh, we got that from a friend of yours, Paulston.
He
Twitch
was
is moving
not-
in to take the box, and when you say Paulston and pulls his claws back, Paulston. What a coincidence. He reaches back out for the box
You
again.
have some very interesting friends.
I don't
didn't
have
like
a friend
him.
named Paulston.
He was a Pokemon.
A porcupine fellow, very interesting character.
He was a porcupine named Paulston?
Yes.
That is what he said.
Okay, that's not possible. Where did y'all go?
We went to the ghost house, and then we got there, we met Paulston, and Paulston said, I know what to do, and then he killed us, and then we went on adventures, and we met a different guy named Falston, which is a different person.
Wait a minute, how did he kill you when you went on an adventure from
He-
a ghost house?
Okay, it wasn't a ghost house, it was a Gerbevo, and we go to the...
Because if someone is not broken, tell me the story.
No, I'm doing a good job. So we go to the gazebo.
There you go.
And he poisoned us because we had to go in the dead realm version of the Ironwoods where the dead things go because the Ironwoods are shady and the goddesses can't see in there to reap their souls. And we met a different suspicious guy named Martin. And then we walked and we walked and we walked and we walked and we walked. And then we met a crank lady. And then we walked and we walked.
Jessica is going to interrupt before Billy gets any further, and she's going to say, yeah, he poisoned us with some tea, but it was an interesting situation. He didn't outright kill us, I don't think. We were just in this different realm, and we had to fight our way back here.
Twitches slowly turned around and sat down on the floor and set the box on the cot that's attached to the wall and is listening to the story, just staring at the closed box, and says, a porcupine named Paulston sent you into the afterlife?
Yes.
I That's not possible. Why do you say he's my friend?
He's saying you went to school together.
He shudders, and you literally see hair stand up.
He was not a nice man, so I understand if he was not your friend.
But he did seem very disappointed that you weren't there with him.
Oh, I'm sure he was. Paulston was one of the kids who bullied me in school, and he's the only one that I fought back against.
So do you think that the box is dangerous?
And I fought back against him with the hatred and the fury of every bully that I had faced over the years as a child. All of it unleashed at once on Paulston.
Maybe that box isn't a very nice thing, then.
Yeah, I bet it's trap.
Maybe, Beatrix could check that for a trap.
I killed Paulston. There's no way you met him.
What?
I killed him as a child.
Huh?
What?
Maybe not completely.
I didn't mean to. It was just so much. I never showed my face in that school again. I've barely seen my mom since then. I just couldn't take it anymore, and I fought back. I finally fought back, and I just let it all go. And
Billy will approach and make himself available, but he will say, Twitch, I know I'm usually silly, but I was once attacked by 2 other possums, if you remember this story, and then I fought back and I killed those possums. My possums did not come back to life, but I kind of understand how you're feeling. So I think that maybe Paulston either was a person pretending to be Paulston, or maybe he was some kind of like magic thing.
Or maybe, since you ran away, he's not really dead. Maybe he survived.
no, he died.
Did you see
Because I
him?
had hope that I didn't take it that far, because I didn't want it to become the thing that I had hated. And I checked. I snuck around town in the city and I listened to what people were saying, and Paulston died as a child. But you said that he turned you and he sent you into the underworld.
Into the realm of the dead, correct.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we were still in the Ironwoods.
It must have been Paulston's ghost.
Or we live in a world where it's not unusual for a person to come back to life.
Also, the gazebo kind of like ghost house, so maybe he was ghosted.
If it was him, he died as a child. He would have had the mind of a child. And
He definitely
did
seems grown
Is that what he seemed like?
a little childish now that you mention it.
And he spoke of me directly?
He did. Oh, I'm trying to remember. It felt like forever being in that other place.
According to Paulston, he knows Layton, because Layton told Paulston we coming. Layton, do you have anything to contribute? We can't hear Layton, but he can tinkle.
So first off, are you going to open your box? Would you like Beatrix to check it for a trap first?
Or we could stand over there and we could make sure it open.
I could.
There's no need to check for a trap. And he places his hand on top of it. He says, whatever's in this box, I deserve. And he flings it open. And it's nice, lovely, lined, padded, soft inside, raised in the center. And a little indentation in the center is a bullet from a revolver. And he picks it up and pulls it out, and he holds it up to whatever light Layton is emitting. And written across the bullet, it says Twitch Grimfoot. And Twitch takes it from between his fingers and clasps it in his fist. It was Paulston. And he shuts the box and keeps the bullet in his hand.
Right. So,
Okay.
I'm really confused.
Me too.
The Ironwoods is so weird.
I accidentally killed him.
I got that.
Defending myself, maybe.
But he was very much alive.
Was he?
Yes. I mean,
Well,
enough to where he's giving us tea and making tea and
Does
knowing
he-
how to kill us and knowing everything about this key and how
I
to get the key and how to get this essence of the key.
When I started to dabble in the arts that I dabble in, he also was studying them. That's why he started picking on me. He thought we were rivals because of it instead of working together. He may have figured out, since he's had time to do nothing but read and study and observe, how to interact in both worlds. I'm not sure. Wait a minute, did you say key? Essence of the key? What are you talking about? What did he send you into Afterworld to get?
Oh,
It was behind a barrier, and we tried Mage Hand, and we tried throwing a rope, and none of those things went through.
Yep.
Which, looks at Billy, one of you, looks at Jaska, has it, looks at Blackjack.
I can honestly say I do not have it.
Turns to Beatrix, now.
I'm showing you my keys. You know what my keys look like.
Which one of you has it?
What do you need it for, Twitch?
A ritual that I'm working on. It could be really beneficial right now.
It's also more beneficial to get Blackjack and Ziansi back where they need to be.
When you say Ziansi, Twitch slowly turns to Ziansi and sighs and rubs the bullet between his fingertips. We'll deal with that key when we get out of here. Puts the bullet into a pouch. So, Leighton, yes, keys. We can get out of this. Have you found the key yet?
Okay, Leighton, come here. And I cast the tongues. So that I can understand what Leighton is saying. Leighton, I've cast a spell that'll allow you and I to communicate. So, what are you doing here?
You know, it would have been a lot easier if you had done this the last time and I wouldn't have had to make you all small.
I didn't have the spell last time.
Oh, you've learned new things.
I have. My patron just gives me spells and I learn them. And so, how did you get aboard here? Last time we saw you, you were taking care of things inside the fairy realm.
Interestingly enough, parents got Ophelia all settled in. Parents sent me out to monitor harvest things while they dealt with the fallout from the Snowfrost fairies. I was also trying to hunt down some information for you about that nut that Twitch mentioned, and I found that information that led me to this person that I met, the Porcupine Man. I don't know anything about him except that you were headed there. He had the key, conveniently, so I told him about you, and then I was leaving, and then I was here in a lantern. And, of course, all of my bodyguards.
So you're not alone here?
I'm alone in this lantern, yes, but there are other fairies presumably on the ship.
Okay, we think we might have a way out of here.
That would be wonderful.
Right, and apparently the goblins are here too.
The Crooked Fangs.
Right, yeah, you lived right on their land.
They were very good neighbors.
So, Beatrix.
Yes.
Try your key, that brass key, and see if you can find us a way out of here.
Beatrix is reaching through and trying to...
And it clicks but doesn't turn. Like it rattles but doesn't open the cell door.
Maybe
Okay.
one of your
Then
other keys.
I'll try one of the other
Or try
ones.
picking the lock.
14.
Excellent.
If I remember correctly, there's only one guard out there. We could easily subdue that guard.
Oh, yes.
Well, should we check the other cells and see if there's anybody else here that
Well, I
needs
think
to
we'll
be
do that. Yeah,
freed?
let's see if there's any other creatures in here.
Do you all want to go? Do you want to send a scout? Do you want to...
Oh, yes. So, I'm going to cast Find Familiar. Then I can warg through him to see it as well. So go look at the other cells.
Then is gone for 10, 15 minutes, something like that. Then comes back, and you can see that this is a fairly large brig, and no one else that you recognize, although there are some other creatures that are imprisoned, until you get basically over to the flip side, and there is a cell in which there is an orange fey cat and a white-haired elf.
Yes.
Then also in the scampering and the hiding passes what he thinks are two different Githyanki, at least passes a Githyanki twice, right? And one Minotaur that's patrolling on that side of the prison.
All right. So, we've got a couple of Gith to face off and something that looks a lot like a bull-headed human. So, if we give the surprise of attack on them, we might be able to take them down quickly. But I have seen Pumpkin.
Oh, you saw him?
He's here in the brig.
good.
Well, that's good.
So,
We need to make our way over there.
are we ready to make a surprise attack against these creatures to free ourselves?
We can try. How's everybody doing?
You've had a short rest.
I had a very restful nap.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/RedDirtDnD. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
Vin Weasel has reported back that the brig is fairly large with nearly 40 cells spread out across this area of the Githyanki galleon. Perhaps there are 2 Githyanki guards and definitely 1 roving Minotaur guard down here in the brig. But he also has shown Blackjack the location of Pumpkin and an elf that Blackjack didn't recognize.
And has it been more than 8 hours since our very first battle on the planet?
We took a short rest, which is just an hour.
Just an hour.
And if we took a short rest on the way up, so that would be equivalent of an hour. So probably not. It's probably
5 or 6 hours.
Probably, yeah,
that's
been
what I thought.
4
so
hours,
I've still got my
something
hex.
like that. Yeah.
All right, Twitch, do you want to turn invisible?
That's a good idea. Does anyone want to turn invisible with me? I can do this one time, so we need to make it count if you do.
I'll be invisible.
Okay.
Zionci will reach over. So you 2 are going to go stealth?
Both of us are going to go invis.
Yeah.
Okay. Zionci's going to reach over and is going to pray to Grandma Spider and is going to pray to her to grant you advantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
The rest of us are going to try to sneak behind them and see if we can surprise these Githyanki and whatever that bull-headed thing is.
To be clear, I am really bad at sneaking.
I'm going to hold tightly. Not that I have a great stealth either, but...
But I roll with disadvantage specifically because I have too much armor.
You're noisy.
Clink, clink, clink.
You're noisy.
Yeah, if you hold Billy, that'll be great.
So we're just going to try and surprise them.
And do you want to go north toward the way you didn't go, or do you want to go south where you know there were the guards and the dock?
Which way did Vin Weasel go? So he'd probably just be retracing his steps, right?
Vin Weasel should lead.
So we've got Vin Weasel, and then we've got Blackjack. correct?
I'll be in the back.
So you guys creep out of the large jail cell, taking 2 right-hand turns, moving about 20 feet or so, and then you come to a hallway that goes, for lack of a better term, north and south. So taking it to the left or the north, you move about another 20 feet, and it turns to the left again, winds around, and comes across a hallway that is long north and south. It's got a couple of lanterns along that whole stretch of about 80 feet or so.
Do you all know the lanterns?
Do we need to free any fairies?
Maybe.
Leighton, go see if we need to free any fairies, but be very quiet. And he will go and inspect the lanterns to see if they are fairies or not.
Yeah, the 4 lanterns that are spaced out about every 10 feet on this side are indeed Leighton's bodyguards.
Beatrix, let me borrow the key.
So Beatrix hands the key over.
Blackjack, lift me up very high.
I lift up Billy.
And I will try to very quietly open the lanterns. Hello, my name is Billy. If we have not met, Leighton is here. Come on, we're breaking you out.
And you think Leighton is like flitting along
For
with
sure.
Billy? Yeah.
Consoling his bodyguards, be like, good job.
Roll a stealth check. Something to do quiet with the lantern.
For Billy?
Yeah.
Okay. He has to roll with disadvantage. He got a 4. He does have a +6 though, so a 10.
Oh, that's not bad. There's distance involved. Okay, very cool. And now, do you want to go on down this hallway with the lanterns, or do you want to go across the hallway and wind through to get to Pumpkin's cell?
We cannot leave the fairies.
Right, we've got to free them.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys move down the long corridor. You're about halfway down the long corridor when around the corner comes a Githyanki warrior. Sees you, and we should probably roll for initiative. Woo!
How do you want to do it for the 2 of us that were invisible?
Not seen, but you guys can either engage, and that'll run the invisibility, or you can stay invisible. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to split the party.
I think we should take this person down, but anyway, so initiative.
There you
I'm
go.
going to split the party, but right here. So I'm going to put myself into initiative and maybe just not do anything. I'll see how well it's going when we get there. 16.
Woohoo! Twitch has a 16.
Billy has an 18.
An 18.
I also have an 18 with a +3.
I also have a +3.
It's a roll!
Really?
I got an 8 that time.
Can I roll on my mat this time? I got a natural 20.
Blackjack got a 32.
Beatrix got an 8.
Oh, all right.
Yancy got a 15.
As you come around the corner, this Githyanki doesn't quite process or realize why people are out of the cell. It's kind of does that hitch, that surprise pause. Blackjack, Jaska, and then Billy. Blackjack, you're up.
How far away is it?
He is about 30 feet away.
Fantastic. 10 feet, Vin Weasel to go over there and distract it, whilst I get an advantage because of the help action. I bonus action Hex, move my Hex over to it, and cast Eldritch Blast.
All right.
First one, advantage, 26 to hit.
That is a hit.
10 points of damage.
Ooh, nicely done.
Second attack, it's a natural 20.
Oh, your dice just don't like gift or love them.
23 points of damage.
Wow.
Love it.
He staggers back a step, keeps his footing, but it's quite the blast. Jaska.
She is going to fire her longbow at the Autumn Fairies. Advantage because she was invisible.
You can't see it, but Leighton is very proud of you. Hey, I know that bow.
27 to hit.
Yes.
I like counting. 10 points of magic piercing. She's going to send mistletoe in without whistling this time for an extra 3 points of damage. And her second shot, which she's going to use during the sharpshooter, which I meant to do the first time, but I didn't say it, so... That is a modified 20 to still hit.
Still hits.
18 piercing damage.
Blackjack blasts it, and then Jaska goes 2 arrows right in the chest, and it falls.
Good start, guys. Good start.
How many fairies have we freed?
3 of 4.
Okay, as you're freeing the fourth, I am actually going to drag this Gith
over to the cell and put it in the cell.
Oh, okay. Very good. All the way back to your original cell?
And then just close it up.
So that's like around the corner and around the corner.
Yeah, while Billy and
Well, are you guys not opening the other cells to get in there? Are there anybody in these cells?
There are some humans about every other cell.
Okay.
There's a human or two in there.
were there keys on this GIF?
Yes.
Oh.
Probably to unlock these cells. So let's go unlock the cells as well.
Awesome.
Prison break.
So who's going to unlock the cells? Blackjack's dragging.
All right.
Ziansi, make me a strength check.
I was about to say, I don't know, maybe you should release the fairies.
How hard your strength
And I should drag the body.
Yeah. Strength check?
Yes.
Can I give myself guidance?
If you'd like.
Blackjack, would you like me to?
Possibly it's a -3. We'll find out what happens.
Oh, golly.
Oh my gosh. That's a nat 20.
Wow.
+2 for my guidance. So 19 total.
Okay.
I thought that was a bad.
So Blackjack just, like, paid attention in fireman school or something and just starts grabbing him by the scruff of the neck and just all...
Well, you did mention that the Githyanki are a little lighter
They're
than
lighter,
we
he's got
expected.
big feet, good traction.
And I want to just, while they're trying to get out these fairies, loot the body.
Okay.
As one does.
There is one potion of healing and then just mundane gear like dagger, short swords, and the keys.
The keys.
Keys.
All right. Do we want to free these other prisoners?
Would certainly serve as
think
a
so.
distraction.
That's what I was thinking too. So I'm going to go unlock the other prison doors while they're getting the fairies out.
Very good. You're dragging a body first, right?
Yes.
You get all the way back up the hallway where you need to turn and go right, and that's about the second round of activity or so whenever you hear behind you. You see this minotaur, this bull-headed creature with a great axe is right behind Blackjack, dragging the body of a Gith, and he swings, with a natural 19.
That hits.
For 20 points of damage.
As that happens, I just react and turn invisible. Okay. And teleport 60 feet away, and I am invisible.
And that is a reaction?
Yes.
It's Twitch's turn.
Twitch is so impressed with how well everything went without him. He's going to stay invisible.
Ziansi?
All right, who's all near me?
Me, Beatrix, Billy.
Ziansi is going to bless Jaska, Billy, and Beatrix. So add a d4 to your attack rolls and saving throws. And Ziansi is going to stay kind of behind everyone and sort of follow up the rear end, and that will be Ziansi's turn.
It's Beatrix.
I am going to try to hit him with my short bow.
You can peek around the corner
I can
and get
peek
that
around the
shot.
corner and I can see him, so bonus action, steady aim. That only gives me an 18 to hit him.
He is big and a big target. That hits.
Oh, good. For 29 damage,
Okay.
and then I just am where I am.
He bellows as that hits him in the lower gut, and it is now back at the top of the round. People have been unlocking lanterns. They've been blessing people. A couple people have fired into the Minotaur. Go.
Okay, Blackjack is invisible, so he gets advantage on his... He's going to, first off, bonus action, move his Hex over to the Minotaur. And fire with advantage. 22 to hit.
Yes.
8 points of damage. Second attack is not with advantage because he's no longer visible. And that's only going to be a 12.
That misses.
Yeah, and Pester.
So he's in this 5-foot wide corridor. Blackjack and Beatrix are down at one end of it. Maybe to his right are Jaska and Billy. What do you want to do?
She will give herself enough space that she can fire off some shots at him using her sharpshooter. That's a 19 to hit.
Yes.
16 points of magic piercing damage.
Wow.
Then another sharpshooter shot. 15 to hit.
Yes.
21 piercing, and Blueberry is going to roll in for an additional 4 points.
Nice.
Jaska shoots it twice. Your second shot, it staggers down to one knee. And how does a tumbleweed take out the last 3 points of a Minotaur?
Shoves a blueberry down his throat.
Blueberries, twigs untangle from each other and just lash out at the creature, striking him across the chest and doing that last bit of damage.
And in a very unceremonious death, this Minotaur just leans forward and falls face down from his knees onto the floor of this dungeon.
I want to check the Minotaur, loot the body too.
The Minotaur, other than the great axe and his very simple clothing, doesn't have anything else on him.
Okay.
Except for a headband with a red stone.
Oh no.
Oh. He was innocent, Minotaur.
I want to take that headband though. Does it turn off?
It does flicker out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can remove it.
You freed the last one, right?
Yes, the fairies, they are freed.
Are we gonna free the humanoids that are in the
Yes.
cells?
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys start unlocking those, and as you go along, making your way, weaving along the cells to the place where Vin Weasel has figured out Pumpkin's location, there are 11 humans that you're able to free.
All right. So what we're gonna do is try and get us all out of here. But you've got to be quiet and stay out of danger.
They all kind of nod yes. They're just commoners. They're very nervous.
I need someone to take that Githyanki body and bring it with us.
So they stare at you like, are you serious for a minute? And then they do, like 5 or 6 of them grab this thing underneath the legs and the arms and they start carrying it along, this dead Githyanki body.
And we keep going toward Pumpkin.
There we go. And you come around and you see a jail cell that has 2 bunks in it, along with your friend Pumpkin and an elf. He's pale with white hair, elven in nature, but the thing that seems weird is that what we would call the whites of his eyes are actually pitch black, and he has golden irises that are just faintly glowing in this dim light.
Can I do a nature or arcana check to see if I can figure out what he might be?
Sure. Nature is probably the most accurate.
17. Because I've traveled, so I thought maybe.
Yeah. You've heard of elves like these before. And Jaska, they are called
Astral elves.
Astral elves.
That's what I figured.
Exactly.
I wanted to say that, but I couldn't say it until I had made a roll and made sure that he would know. But I say, this is an astral elf.
You've made it to this cell. You see this astral elf that's in there with Pumpkin. Pumpkin is there, but has those silver manacles still around both sets of his paws. And the astral elf says,
"Why, Pumpkin, are these the friends you've told me so much about?"
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Ironwoods is Brooke Bullock as Ziansi and our Dungeon Master, Johnny Payne as Twitch, Kiri Hester as Billy, Connor Shenold as Jaska, Kim Cross as Beatrix, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. The showrunner for Campaign 2 is Aidan Cross. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the Ironwoods.
See, the great thing about doodling possums is that they're mostly just potatoes with a little tail off the end.
I wish I could get there.
Doodle little potatoes.
She's like, always when I try and draw Billy, it never comes out as cute as I want him to be.
After the short rest, I'm going to cast Find Familiar and get Vin back, who was fried to a crisp.
Oh, poor Vin Weasel.
Poor Vin.
Poor Vin Weasel.
I need everybody to shake their fur and see if we can get some dirt.
Everyone, check your body for filth.
Can you unprestidigitate? Can you?
We need to go the Captain Jack Sparrow route and just carry around
Jar
characters.
I was like a vampire masquerade.
Yeah.
If I was Simacy, I would have a jar of dirt. I would have 2 handfuls of dirt.
It moves around in the way a flame shouldn't be able to move around. It's flashing, it's jittering.
I swear to God, if this is Layton, I'm going to come across this table.
Remember when I said I was going to tie lots of threads together?
Wait a minute, is there any kind of ventilation system?
Do we know what that is?
You don't know
What is a ventilation system?
Oh, you know what a vent is, but you don't know what a sandwich is. That's mind-blowing. And he turns to Yancey.
Beyonce.
Okay.
All spider people. All spider people.
My favorite Beyonce song is that one that she says the same thing over and over again. It's great. Slowly.
Then I'll try one of the other
Or try
ones.
picking the lock.
Oh, let me try a key first because they're wonderful, and I did get these 2 keys off of him.
Well, she's going to be
Okay,
at
so
that for
now-
a while.
Clarence,
Alright,
can you
well,
fly out there and
then
hold on to the...
Layton,
can-
can you just make us small so we could just get out of the boss?
No, let's please don't.
So all in space.
How big is the key?
We're in the ship.
And we should probably roll for initiative.
Everybody freeze! He cannot see us.
I love that.
Blackjack got a 32.
Holy smokes!
Dear Gussie!
Are those Estiway dice?
Are those Pathfinder stats?
Holy smokes!
Gift of alacrity. And,
Oh, yeah.
I remember I have a +7 to initiative as it starts. So 18 I got an 18 plus a 6 plus a 7.
Nice.
You're so first you rolled in the last session. That's what happened.
Yay, Beyonce. Beyonce, I did it.
Beyonce.
I tell you.
No bard, unfortunately.
That'd be funny.
There's Beyonce. Zing.
And
Sorry.
falls face down from his knees onto the floor of this dungeon.
He died of embarrassment.
Yeah.
This is what I expected with the dragon.
Yeah, then you did that first attack and nobody was left alive.
Billy, you might want to have to help me with the Minotaur.
And you see Billy just dangling from a lantern in the ceiling because you guys were holding him up there and then left. His legs are just swinging.
Oh!
I say, this is an astral elf. We've heard about these in the Feywild. They travel the space thing with the space and the stuff.
Pumpkin, you realize as they're standing outside of your cell, it's evidently been a long day. These people look terrible. They're, sin.
I'm probably not looking much better myself.
They smell of smoke.
Yes.
And the astral elf says,
Why, Pumpkin, are these the friends you've told me so much about?
What?